Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most important and most versatile words in English, and that's the word get. If you listen to native speakers, you'll hear get constantly in everyday conversation. It's used in so many different ways that it can honestly feel overwhelming for learners. But here's the thing. Once you understand how get works, your English is going to sound so much more natural because you'll be able to express ideas simply and clearly, just like native speakers do. We're going to cover how get is used to mean understand, arrive, buy, become, and receive, plus a bunch of other common uses. By the end of this lesson, you're going to feel confident using get in all kinds of situations. Let's get started. Alright, so why is get such a big deal? The reason is that it's incredibly flexible. Native speakers use get instead of more formal or specific verbs because it's simple, it's casual, and it covers a ton of different meanings. Instead of saying, I will arrive at 5 p.m., we say, I'll get there at 5. Instead of saying, I purchased a new phone, we say, I got a new phone. Instead of saying, I understand, we say, I get it. The word get makes your English sound conversational and natural. If you only use formal verbs like obtain, acquire, comprehend, or arrive, you're going to sound like a textbook, not a real person. And while those words are fine in formal writing, in everyday speech, get is the way to go. The challenge for learners is that get has so many different meanings depending on the context. But don't worry, we're going to break it down so you understand exactly how to use it in each situation. Let's start with one of the most common uses of get, and that's to mean understand. When someone explains something to you and you understand it, you can say, I get it. This is super common in everyday conversation. For example, someone is teaching you how to use a new app, and they finish the explanation. You say, okay, I get it now. It means you understand. Or maybe someone is explaining a joke and you finally understand the punchline. You say, oh, I get it. It's informal, it's natural, and it's what native speakers say all the time. You can also use get to ask if someone understands. Do you get what I'm saying? Or, did you get that? These are casual ways of checking for understanding. In a classroom or a meeting, a teacher or presenter might say, does everyone get this? Instead of, does everyone understand this? You can also use get in the negative. If someone is explaining something complicated and you're confused, you might say, I don't get it, or I didn't get that part. It's a simple, honest way to say you're lost. One thing to note is that get, in this sense, is more casual than understand. So in very formal situations, like academic writing or formal presentations, you'd use understand. But in everyday conversation, get is perfect. Next, let's talk about using get to mean arrive. This is extremely common. Instead of saying, I will arrive at 6 p.m., native speakers say, I'll get there at 6. It's shorter, it's simpler, and it sounds way more natural. You can use get with different locations. I got home late last night. When did you get to the office? We should get to the restaurant by 7. In all of these cases, get means arrive. You can also use get with here and there. What time did you get here? I'll get there as soon as I can. These are super common phrases that you'll hear constantly in conversation. Another really useful expression is get back, which means return. For example, I'll get back to you tomorrow means I'll respond or follow up with you tomorrow. Or, what time will you get back home? Means what time will you return home? You can also use get to talk about progress or movement toward a destination. We're getting close means we're almost there. I'm getting there can mean I'm making progress, either physically or figuratively. The key here is that get is much more casual and conversational than arrive. If you're writing a formal email or a report, you might say, I will arrive at the meeting at 10 a.m. But if you're texting a friend, you'd say, I'll get there at 10. Now let's talk about using get to mean buy or obtain. This is one of the most common uses of get in everyday English. Instead of saying I bought a coffee, we say I got a coffee. Instead of I need to purchase milk, we say I need to get milk. Here are some examples. I got a new laptop last week. Can you get some bread on your way home? Where did you get that jacket? In all of these, get means buy or obtain. You can also use get when someone gives you something or when you receive something. I got a gift from my friend. Did you get my email? I got a promotion at work. In these cases, get means receive. Another common use is when you're talking about picking something up or grabbing something. Let me get my keys. I need to get my jacket. It's about obtaining or retrieving something. You can also use get when ordering at a restaurant or a store. I'll get the chicken salad. Can I get a large coffee? It's the most natural way to make your order in casual settings. The beauty of get is that it's so versatile. Whether you're buying, receiving, obtaining, or picking something up, get covers all of it. It simplifies your language and makes you sound more like a native speaker. Next up, we have get meaning become. This is when you use get with an adjective to describe a change in state or condition. For example, it's getting cold means the temperature is becoming cold. I'm getting tired means I'm becoming tired. Here are more examples. She's getting better at English. The room is getting darker. I got really excited when I heard the news. He got angry when he found out. In all of these cases, get describes a change or transition. You can use get with all kinds of adjectives. Get ready, get sick, get lost, get wet, get hungry, get confused, get nervous, get married, get divorced. The list goes on and on. One really common expression is get used to, which means become accustomed to. I'm getting used to my new job. It took me a while to get used to the weather here. This is something you'll hear all the time. Another useful one is get going or get moving, which means start or leave. We should get going if we want to be on time. Let's get moving, we're late. The key thing to remember is that get, plus an adjective, usually describes a change. You're not just describing a state, you're describing the process of moving into that state. I'm tired is a state. I'm getting tired is the process of becoming tired. We touched on this a bit earlier, but let's focus specifically on get meaning receive. This is super common in all kinds of contexts. Did you get my message? I got your email, thanks. I got a letter in the mail today. In all of these, get means receive. You can also use get when talking about receiving information, news, or communication. I got a call from my doctor. Did you get the results yet? I got some bad news this morning. It's the natural way to talk about receiving any kind of information. Another common use is when talking about receiving a service or experiencing something. I got a haircut yesterday. I need to get my car fixed. I got a massage last weekend. Here, get means you received or experienced that service. You can also use get when talking about catching or contracting something, like an illness. I got a cold last week. I think I'm getting the flu. I got food poisoning from that restaurant. It's informal but very common. And of course, get is used when receiving tangible things. I got flowers for my birthday. Did you get the package I sent? I got a new bike for Christmas. Whether it's a gift, a delivery, or something you bought, get is the go-to verb. Now let's talk about some other really common uses of get that don't fit neatly into the categories we've covered. First, there's get in the sense of catch or grab. Can you get the door? Means can you open or answer the door. I'll get the phone means I'll answer the phone. Let me get that for you means let me grab or pick that up for you. Second, there's get meaning persuade or cause. I got my brother to help me move means I persuaded him to help. I need to get my car fixed means I need to cause my car to be fixed, usually by taking it to a mechanic. Third, there's get in phrasal verbs, which is a huge topic on its own. Phrasal verbs like get up, get over, get along, get through, get away, get out, and get by are incredibly common. Each one has its own specific meaning, and they're used constantly in everyday conversation. For example, get up means wake up or stand up. I got up at 7 this morning. Get over can mean recover from something. I'm trying to get over this cold. Get along means have a good relationship. I get along well with my coworkers. Get through can mean finish or survive something difficult. I finally got through that project. Fourth, there's get in expressions like get a chance, get a feeling, get the idea, and get the impression. These are all natural idiomatic ways of using get. The point is, get shows up everywhere in English. The more you listen to native speakers, the more you'll hear it in all kinds of contexts. So how do you actually start using get naturally in your own English? The first step is to start replacing formal verbs with get in casual conversation. Instead of I will arrive, say I'll get there. Instead of I purchased, say I got. Instead of I comprehend, say I get it. Make it a habit. Second, pay attention to how native speakers use get. Watch movies, listen to podcasts, and notice how often get appears. You'll start to see patterns and pick up natural expressions. Third, practice using get in different contexts. Try making sentences with get meaning. Understand, arrive, buy, become, and receive. The more you practice, the more automatic it will become. Fourth, don't be afraid to use get, even if it feels too simple. Learners often think they need to use fancy vocabulary to sound smart, but actually, using simple, natural words like get makes you sound more fluent. Fifth, learn common phrasal verbs with get. Start with the basics like get up, get back, get along, and get through. These are used constantly, and they'll make your English sound much more natural. Let's talk about some common mistakes learners make with get. The first mistake is avoiding get completely because you think it's too informal or too simple. But the truth is, native speakers use get all the time, even in semi-formal situations. Don't be afraid of it. The second mistake is overusing get in formal writing. While get is perfect for conversation, in academic essays or formal reports, you should use more specific verbs like obtain, receive, understand, or arrive. Know your audience and context. The third mistake is using get with the wrong preposition in phrasal verbs. For example, it's get over an illness, not get through an illness. It's get along with someone, not get along to someone. Phrasal verbs can be tricky, so it's worth learning the correct combinations. The fourth mistake is not using get when it would sound more natural. If you say, I will arrive at your house at 6 p.m. in a text message to a friend, it sounds overly formal. Just say, I'll get there at 6. Keep it natural. Quick recap. Get is one of the most versatile and important verbs in English. It can mean understand, as in, I get it. It can mean arrive, as in, I'll get there at 6. It can mean buy or obtain, as in, I got a new phone. It can mean become, as in, I'm getting tired. And it can mean receive, as in, I got your email. On top of that, get is used in countless phrasal verbs and expressions. Mastering get will make your English sound more natural, more conversational, and more fluent. Practice using it in different contexts and pay attention to how native speakers use it. Get is such a powerful word, and now you understand how to use it in all kinds of situations. If this lesson helped you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more lessons on natural, everyday English. Leave a comment and tell me a sentence using get in one of the ways we talked about today. I'd love to see what you come up with. Remember, Fluency isn't about using complicated vocabulary. It's about using the right words in the right way to sound natural and clear. Keep practicing, keep listening, and keep getting better every day. I'll see you in the next lesson. Take care.